This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Regina Lee.
Good morning, Billy. How are you today?
I'm great. How about you?
Wonderful. I'm so excited to introduce you to our listeners. Billy Jordan is the owner of the Jordan Insurance Agency right here in South Charlotte. So welcome. And let's just start. Tell us what you do.
Sure. Well, the Jordan Insurance Agency has been around for almost 19 years now. We pride ourselves on being the agent that you can go to for your health insurance needs, Medicare needs, life insurance, as well as home and auto. So we're a full service agency.
And you're an independent agency. Please tell us what that means and how does that benefit a consumer?
Absolutely. So when you're an independent agency, it simply means that you represent multiple companies in the market rather than just one company that may have three different options. So rather than having one company provide you an ABC plan, I can give you 5 different companies with an ABC plan. So we really have a lot more options that we can tailor to your specific needs based on your insurance and how we can combine multiple carrier products together. So we can really do a lot of things as an independent agent that you just simply can't do when you're working with a more of a captive agency or agent.
Yeah, I'm on your website, and under our products, there is just a plethora of things you guys do and cover. From life insurance, Medicare, motorcycle, renters, retirement planning, anything you want. Are there things here that kind of set you apart?
Well, our core business has always been health insurance. And so we pride ourselves on first making sure we get you the proper insurance with the best options. And obviously health insurance then anchors other products such as life insurance and dental and vision. And then there's, the need for us to maybe help your parents that may be on Medicare. So there's Medicare needs. And then it just goes on and on, just, based upon each person's needs at that time.
Yeah. How did you get into this? Why did you get into this industry?
Yeah. So originally in 2005, I actually wanted to go into pharmaceutical sales. That was my passion because I thought that was my dream job to put on a suit and tie every day and go into doctor's offices and talk to them about the latest drug. But that was not the course that was set for me. In fact, in 2005, my mother was diagnosed with a very rare form of stomach cancer. And at that time, I really didn't know a lot about insurance. And most of our family and those around us didn't have a lot of in-depth knowledge about it as well. Mm-hmm. And it started when I purchased a policy for my mom. And when she started when she started taking treatment, we later found out that the policy was not valid. And the reason it was not valid was because there was a pre-existing waiting period. And I'd never heard that term before, didn't know what it meant, and really got so angry about it because it wasn't explained to us during the process of purchasing the policy, that I said, I'm going to go get an insurance license so I can understand this stuff because nobody does. And so I pursued an insurance license. It took me about 40 hours of training where I went to a classroom. I listened to people tell me all these stories, but I had to learn the ins and outs. And so through that process, I, attained my health and life license, which is why I started in the health insurance business. And what I found out was that not only was my mom's situation not a single event, but that a lot of folks struggled with understanding what an insurance policy was. I didn't know this was covered. I don't know how to get coverage for this scenario or that scenario. And it became a passion for me to educate everyone that I speak to about insurance. And it's what drives me and why I am so passionate about uh, the field of insurance, because you only need it one time. But when you need it, do you understand what you actually have? And so that one incident in my life is what shaped my career, shaped my passion. And so that's why I am so passionate. And I am an insurance agent today, and I will be for the rest of my life.
That's an amazing story. It's funny. You don't know what you don't know. And to your point, it's when those life situations happen and you need someone you can trust and lean on.
Yes, and we pride ourselves on making sure that when you do need us, that we're there, that the policy that you got from our agency, that you have peace of mind, and that really helps us set ourselves apart from just being a typical insurance agent who's really not always looking out for your best interest, but looking out for what they can get from you at the time. We really focus on making sure that you become a customer, and that you become a customer for years with us. And so that's one of the things that really makes us different today.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I was going to ask you what sets you apart, but you really just you answered that very clearly right there. The level of customer service and the desire to really do what's right for each individual situation. That's amazing. What kind of misconceptions are there in your industry that you would maybe like to talk about, one or two of them?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that all insurance agents are the same. That everyone is going to get the same service, that everyone's going to have the same products. And so therefore it's just, the ideal that I'll just call a number in a phone book or go online to Google and do a search, and I'm going to get the outcome. The outcome's going to be the same no matter who I call. And in fact, that is not true. Most of the time, insurance agents don't offer the same products, don't have the same uh, services. And sometimes they're not even experienced enough in the products that they do offer well enough to be able to give you that confidence that, yes, I can put together uh, a complex program for you, whether it's with one carrier and multiple products, or multiple products and services, which is one of the things that we can do because we are full service, and because we have spent so many years training and becoming educated on what we offer. We can take those complex situations and make those very simple. The second thing that I think is a misconception is that that your agent has to be um, um, someone that you know. In other words, you don't have to rely on the referral of the person, but instead rely on the credentials of the person.
That's good.
Right? Because you want to verify that, hey, yes, I was referred to you by such and such, but go and look at their reviews, go and look at their services, go look at their history. Because what you'll find is that um, not everyone has that same level of passion and commitment. And so I have agents who work for my business, and 19 years later, almost 19 years later, I'm just as passionate about it as I was on day one. And that's so important. And so insurance is personal, and you definitely should rely on a referral, but verify that referral and do your due diligence to make sure that that is the right fit for you, and not just because it was a good fit for someone else, that it's a good fit for your situation.
That is excellent advice. Yeah, very good, very good. So I have a question. What do you do when you're not working? What do you do for fun?
So when I'm not working, and it depends on the time of the year, I am a huge football fan. I am a huge Tennessee Titans fan, which is where I'm from. In fact, I'm 2 weeks. I think I've got my first game in about 3 weeks when preseason starts.
Oh,
So
wow.
my son, he's 10 years old. He and I actually travel to Tennessee every week to see the games. Um, we've just made that kind of our thing. And then I've got a 3-year-old now, so I'm looking to bring him up and also do the same thing. But we're into, obviously football during that time of the year. In the summertime, we like to go to Florida. We're actually going next week for our family vacation. So we like to just kind of get away and do things as a family when we can, and when they're not in school, of course. But those are just some of the things that we do as a family.
That sounds awesome. Going to Florida in the summer, though. Wow.
Yeah.
It will be hot.
We will be.
Oh, goodness. What is one thing that you would like our listeners to know about you or your agency?
Well, I think what I would like your audience to know is that when you're working with the Jordan Insurance Agency, you're not just working with just another agent. You're working with someone that you want to be. You want them to understand that we are going to be a family member. We're going to be like your uncle or your brother. We want to be a part of your family, not just for the policy that you buy today, but for the policies that you buy for the next few years. Some of the things that I find so fascinating is that in my young life of this insurance is that I started out working with a lot of my clients who were in their early 50s and late 60s as they went into Medicare. And now I'm finding that I'm working with their children.
Oh, how rewarding.
Yeah. So it's now flipped to where now not only am I working with mom and dad, but now mom and dad has referred me to become their agent to their children who are starting out and don't understand the complexities and the need sometimes for insurance. So that is one of the things that really sets us apart, is that we are generational, not just for the older experienced side of society, but also for those young people who are just coming into their own and need guidance as well.
Well, the health insurance arena is very complicated, and to have someone like you, I can just tell by the way you talk, you are so passionate about it and knowledgeable. That is amazing. So let's wrap up by telling our listeners, how can they reach out to you? What's the best way to contact you?
Sure. So our phone number is 704-926-7565. That's our office number. Our website is www.thejordaninsuranceagency.com. And we're also located in the South Charlotte, Ballantyne area. So you're also welcome to just stop in at our office as well.
That is wonderful. It has been such a pleasure speaking with you today, getting to know more about you as a person and how you run and operate your business on a daily basis. Thank you very, very much.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
Sure.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpsouthcharlotte.com. That's gnpsouthcharlotte.com. Or call 980-351-5719.